Hey there. Happy Friday. It is Feature Friday time. It's time for us to catch up. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kathleen Borsch, and I am the owner and the founder and the maker of the products that you find at knotsofgrace.com. And Fridays, I come to you as often as I can, and I'm trying to become more regular about being here every Friday at 1:30, so that I can share with you some products products from the company, and also just kind of give you an update of what's going on at Knots of Grace. So I wanted to bring in and remind you, I brought this up last week too, but I wanted to remind you about our Link Pop website. Link Pop is, if you've ever heard of Linktree or some of those, it's very similar. But our Link Pop site is great because what it does is it will give you all of the different links that you can that you want in order to find Knots of Grace products, our blog, our YouTube channel, Pinterest, all that kind of stuff. If you want to sign up for our VIP group, which I hope you do, if you haven't signed up already, I would love for you to join our community. As part of that, since I brought it up, I figure I should tell you what the VIP group is all about. About once or twice a month, I send out a monthly newsletter for those who are VIPs. They also get a year-round discount, plus they get exclusive, savings on different things throughout the year. And then they will get to know information about new products that are coming out before I release those out to the public. So there's a lot of behind the scenes things that are going on, and so on and so forth. So if you pop in, would love for you to say hello. Kelly says hello. She's driving and listening, so please don't text. Use your talk to text option, so you're nice and safe. But thanks for joining. So today I wanted to bring this up. So if you saw this week's Monday Hug, the inspiration that I published on Monday on our blog and on YouTube, you saw this quote or this Bible verse as part of it. And the Bible verse says, "There are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are varieties of ministries and the same Lord." And it's from 1 Corinthians 12:4-5. And so this week's theme was sharing your talent. And, all throughout this week, if you've been following Knots of Grace on social media, you've noticed that there's that theme going on of sharing your talents. What are you sharing? How are you sharing it? What is your talent? Those kinds of things. So I want to just keep, making sure that everyone shares their talents, because one thing that for those of you who don't know, my background is in human resources, and I was in human resources management for over 20 years. Enjoyed it, but also it was time for me to exit and for me to continue on a new ministry, which is what I'm doing now. And so, but part of that is I always wanted for people to, just shine in the best ways that they can, using their innate talents, or maybe it's not innate, maybe it was something that they had to learn and they took a long time to learn it, but I wanted them to shine with those talents. And so if I ever had one-on-ones with folks, most of the time it was, how are you using those talents? Are you, especially if they came to me and they were feeling bummed out or not feeling like they were enthusiastic about what they were doing, it's like, how are you putting what you enjoy doing into the day, and how are you sharing your talents? And maybe, talking about work, maybe you aren't able to use those talents or the things that you love in your day-to-day job, your 9 to 5, where you need to earn money so you can put food on the table and, a roof over your head and so on. But how are you using those talents maybe in your personal life? Or so on and so forth. So maybe you get to volunteer using your talents, and then your day job is making money, which is a talent in and of itself. So anyway, I digress, but that's what this week was all about. And this week's product was actually It's actually one of my favorites. And I know I say that about so many of our products, and I apologize, but at the same time, I don't apologize, because I don't make things if I don't think that they have a purpose. So, and so generally, if I like it, I want to, make sure that you have it too. So, anyway, so this is what was highlighted this week, and it is our Serenity Prayer Pocket Rosary. And if you watched the video on Monday, you saw that I had it hanging on the door. And the great thing about this specific one, so it comes in all these different colors right here. You can see all the different colors here. But if you can see here, you can also see that because they were knotted and put together by human beings, that sometimes the knots are a little bit tighter. Sometimes they're a little bit looser, and same with this one here. The knots in between, they're just a little bit looser. So what that means for this specific color, which is burgundy, is that you can hang it you can use it in a lot of different ways. You can use it for its intended purpose or design purpose, which is, as a pocket rosary, where, it crumples up. And I've shown you, if you've watched before, you've seen me crumple these up. And I say crumple, but, that's just because you can really, the knots and the rope is really malleable. So you can put it in your front pocket or your back pocket, not be afraid that it's going to break. It has a heavy duty jump ring here that, you would have to do some real work to get that undone. And then you've got your miraculous medal. But the coolest thing about this pocket rosary is the prayer that is on the cross. And the prayer is the Serenity Prayer. And I'm not going to recite it. I'm going to link you to the product just so that you have that. But it's the Serenity Prayer. And basically, the reason why I shared this particular product this week, when it's all about, sharing your talents, it's because, sometimes when we share our talents, it doesn't work out exactly the way we want it to be. So the Serenity Prayer just basically says, help me be patient. Boiling it down all the way, excuse me, to the very, very basics. I'm sorry if that was really loud in your ear. Is, let me be patient. Let me have courage. Let me, just be with me, God, and help me to see that, tomorrow is another day. And of course, I'm paraphrasing and so on, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful prayer. And while if you're familiar, it is the prayer that's used with the Al-Anon, the Alcoholics Anonymous group, and during the 12 steps is one of the prayers that's part of that. But you know what? It's much bigger than that. It's for all of us, whether we are, walking through a 12-step process or walking through life. So take a look at this. I'll link to it once I'm done here. But the great thing about this, as I digressed, about this particular one, is you can hang it on a doorknob. It has a nice, see the size of my palm. The size of my palm is probably, like 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches by 4 inches by 3 inches. We'll call it that. And a doorknob is definitely, around probably about 3 inches by 3 inches at the most. They're probably more like 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So this can easily go over that. And this is awesome for our, college students who are heading off, and maybe it's the first time that they're on their own. And this they can put on the inside of their doorknob. And not only do they have, presence from Christ with them, but they also have this little prayer that when things get a little stressful, that they can say the prayer and, kind of hopefully be calmed a little bit. So anyway, this is the Serenity Prayer Pocket Rosary. It comes in how many? 8 different colors. It used to come in 9, but the yellow we sold out of. But we've got kind of a burnt orange or rust color. We have, this is black, raspberry pink, an olive green, I call it grape, but it's purple, a pewter or gray, and then a navy blue. So one of the reasons I talk about college is the prayer on it. But the other neat thing is, I bet you one of the colleges that your child is going to is probably, their university or their school is one of these colors. So they can show a little school spirit too. So that is this one. I'm just trying to think what else. Oh, I want you to head over to knotsofgrace.com because I have been doing a whole bunch of work out there. I'm super excited to share some of those changes, and I just announced them today to my VIPs. Just not too long ago, I finally got my first newsletter out for the month. And so they got to see a bunch of the changes that have happened, and I'll share some more with you next week. But go and check out knotsofgrace.com. You can use the link pop link that's there, or just type in knotsofgrace.com in your browser and it'll take you there. And that's KNOTS of GRACE.com. And so there you can sign up for our VIP group. You can see all the products that we have. You can also see our new outlet, and you can shop wholesale as well as retail on our site. So there's so much going on at Knots of Grace. I am super excited about the next few months because we are tiptoeing into, or actually we're going full steam ahead into the holidays. And so it's a fun time of the year. It's a fast time of the year. It's a joyous time of the year. And I'm going to be here with you every Friday as often as I possibly can, unless my voice doesn't work. But, hopefully I still have a voice. But anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And one last thing, I'm trying to get folks to share their products. So I know a lot of you have a Knots of Grace product. I would love to share how you use your Knots of Grace product in real life. So if you're on social media, tag Knots of Grace at Knots of Grace on a post or on a story, and I will feature you on one of our social media sites and share how you are using the product in your everyday life, because I can share all these different ways that I think they should be used. But you know what? Like I say all the time, I want you to pray your way, in your unique way. And so I want to see what that looks like. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you again here next Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, if you want to be part of our VIP group, just go and click on that link pop link that's in the comments, and you can sign up right there. All right, we'll see you next time. Take care.